Good morning, everybody. Are we ready to get started? Let me just quickly see. All right, awesome. All right. So welcome, everybody, today to the second part of our series, Forex Trading Gurus Reveal Their Secrets. I'm Markus Heitkoetter. I'm your host, and I'll get off air here in a minute because, first of all, our first speaker here is Rob Booker, and I'm sure that you know Rob. Rob has been active here. I was out on a mini vacation, so I watched the replay, the recording yesterday. Really liked it. Love it, man. I mean, great stuff. So Rob has been talking to right now and has 90 minutes of solid education. So Rob will be the first on here today, and in the next 20 minutes, what he does is genius. I really love his trading style here. You will learn about his trading style, and then, same as yesterday, we will tell you where you can learn more. All right, Rob, if you're ready, take it away.
Thanks, Marcus. Good to be here, everyone. I'm going to share my screen with you. I always do a pretty poor job of sharing my screen on HotCom. This is my ITC Online Preview. It's great, Marcus. Thank you very much. I've seen what you can do. I've seen everybody here trade, actually, and super excited about the ITC Online. It truly brings the capability for some who could not travel to access the same content and information that was discussed, Spain, and it certainly was the best idea ever. I want to spend just a few moments answering some questions and taking some time to just remind some of you of one short-term strategies that I use to trade. I've been using it now for years, many years, 5 years, whatever it is. I built the methodology myself, and it's an essential part of what I do when short-term trading, and are measured in days or take a few days to fire off. However, if you're like me, you, for instance, might be interested in trading in the short for quite term. And let me tell you, first of all, that's part of my trading routine. The presentation that I give in the ITC Online and in Spain, in Barcelona together, isn't just about sort of short term just for the sake of trading in the short term, or just trading in the short term just because during short periods of time I get a chance to refine my strategies, practice my stop losses, practice my take profit targets, practice the psychological skills that are necessary to truly do the best job that you can possibly do in trading. And so in the mornings, I'll trade on the short-term chart using a methodology that I built years ago, the Boscillator. The Boscillator is an oscillator, and it's an oscillator that I built that is based on statistics. We talked about this in just about every online webinar that I've done with FX Street lately. We talked about it in Spain. And there are new tips and tricks and methodologies that go along with this trading strategy in particular that I wanted to preview today and let you know a little bit more about. It's commonly thought that from one group of people around the world that you got a long-term trade or you can't trade at all. Alexander Elder is famous in his book, Trading for a Living, for saying, if you want to make money, you've got to trade the way that's right for you. Not that's right for a bank, trade for you. So part of the IC Online, what I want to share with you, if you feel that short-term trading is an essential part of your trading, for you to trade for a living, then I've got a methodology that I really want to share with you and some techniques that have become really important for me in particular and that I've really enjoyed trading and have made a huge difference. Whenever a currency pair moves a certain distance away from the 800 simple moving average, and that's depicted up here on the British pound daily chart that we're looking at right now. It's the black dashed line at the top of the chart. Whenever a currency pair gets away from that 800 simple moving average for too long, my charting program which is MetaTrader, which is free, which is my favorite price, gives me an alert. It gives me some information up here in the upper right-hand screen, and it lets me know that the currency pair has overextended itself in one direction and that it's due for a retracement. There are a lot of people that are trend traders. There are other people who are counter trend traders. I am particularly and exclusively a counter trend trader. I really don't do much trend trading at all. This methodology, the methodology of using the 800 simple moving average and the Bosslater, these methodologies depend on your willingness to trade in the short term for a good risk to reward ratio over a large number of pips and trades that conclude within, on the short-term charts, a very short period of time, within 15 minutes to an hour to 2 hours. That's how long these trades last. But the nice thing about the methodology is that you don't have to trade this methodology in the short term. Everything that I share with you in the ITC Online, which includes a description of where the stop losses go, where the profit target goes, where the trades go. I don't just take one trade. I'll take several trades as a part of implementing this system. All of those details, including how I use trend lines to execute a trade, including how I use support and resistance levels to stop out of trades, how I use support and resistance levels to add to my trades as they're going in my favor and increase the profit target, how I use the 62 exponential moving average, which is in red, and the blue 200 simple moving average to execute trades at a better price, filter out some bad trades, and add to my overall profit. I'll also be sharing for the first how I also use indicators like the MACD set at settings that are much different than most people are used to using them. This MACD is actually set to 30, 65, and 23, which happens to be a fact much larger number. Most people are used to using 12, 26, and 9. This is 2.5 times larger than that typical MACD. Well, I use a different moving average convergence divergence for a reason. It's to filter out some of the trades that I don't want to take and to risk a little bit more on the trades that I really do want to take. And trading is all about winning as often as we possibly can, but more importantly, it's about preserving our capital and never letting anything catastrophic happen to our account balance. I'm a huge fan of the concept that if you can protect your account balance and you can continually get paid and add money to your account, you're going to be fine over the long term. The Bosslater strategy is huge amounts of 20% to accumulate profits over time in small amounts and never have anything disastrous or substantially wrong happen to you in the short term. So you'll be investing over a period of time in a large number, practicing for every time, simply benefiting from something that cycles through over and over and over again in a similar repeatable pattern. So far, that's what we're talking about. Pete asks, will I be showing the Monday Accelerator Trade Conference? Pete, the Monday Accelerator Trade takes about 2.5 days to teach, or 9 or 10 hours of instruction. So absolutely will not be able to share that in the ITC Online. The Bosslater has been used by hundreds of traders around the world, and is something that I can share within a reasonable amount of time and feel like you get the complete picture from start to finish on a system that's been profitable for me for a very long period of time. In fact, longer than any other methodology that I've used. Pete, appreciate the question. How do I define short term? Asks Blackbird. Is this Blackbird from Italy? Let me tell you. How long do I term short term? I believe short-term trades are truly within the same day. That's it for me. Trades that close within a 24-hour period of time from the time that you opened them. Anything longer than that is medium-term or longer-term for me. I understand that other people have different definitions. And Tiny Pop wants to know, what is this? What are these broken lines? This dashed line is the 800 simple moving average. If it were a woman, I would marry it. It is the basis for almost everything that I have ever done successfully in trading. It is the origin and basis, together with you in the ITC Online. It centers around trading routine. I have become absolutely convinced over the course of the last 10 years that your trading routine and your process is as important or more important than almost anything else that you do. I'm not a fan of saying there's only one most important element to your trading routine that will make you money. However, I do like to say that there are a variety of things that successful traders do on a daily basis. Keeping their mind ready, keeping their body healthy, keeping their skills in check, keeping their skills practiced, those types of things. Eating the right, taking the kind of schedule, getting the right kind and enough sleep, walk away from the computer. What's your routine for leaving your trades in check? I found, especially over the course of that, one disastrous most all traders can experience is when they leave trades going and then they walk away for an act to find it's gone wrong, and then they don't know what to do. I want to talk about how you discover your process for dealing with those kinds of situations, how you discover a process for your daily routine, and how that can help you take your trading to the next level. Oftentimes you don't need a new trading system. Oftentimes you don't need a new set of indicators. Oftentimes everything that you have is enough. You simply need to put it all together, not just in a trading plan, but you need to put it together in a lifestyle that's appropriate for you. Let's see what questions came in. After how many years did I become consistently profitable? My journey to trading profitably started with me losing my first account almost 10 years ago now, and that was what I think most of us would call a reasonably sized account, a $2,500 account, and it took me 11 months after I lost that account to consistently become profitable afterwards. There's an excellent book written by Malcolm Gladwell called Outliers, and Outliers talks about the fact that in mastering a trade or in mastering a skill, people generally take up to 10,000 hours of testing, of work, and of time to actually completely master a topic or a subject. I think trading can be mastered in fewer than 10,000 hours, but trading can't be mastered unless you're going to put a lot of hard work, not just into developing a trading methodology, but into changing yourself and to aligning yourself with what is necessary to be done. A lot of times people engage in trading, and we all want to be a part of trading because we want the freedom that it entails. However, in order to get that freedom, we have to sort of agree to do an enormous amount of work. So during the ITC Online Preview, I'm going to talk about the boss later. We're going to extensively discuss the rules. I'll give you documentation about that trading methodology. And then we'll also talk about trading for a living and the routine and the process and how somebody goes about engaging in that process. I'm going to refresh my screen. Looks like it might be available now. Dave says, is Adventures of a Currency Trader based on personal experience? Yeah, you could say that. I mean, my name's not Harry Baines. Let's see here. My screen just keeps switching out and back and whatnot. Your moving average line strategy or two trend line strategy, which is the better one that has more profit? Jack, both are equal and both are based on the same principles. And Jack, in the ITC Online, I'll certainly share with you how it is exactly that those two strategies coordinate, match up, and work together. Boyke, I said about Alex Elder that the only way to be, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with generalizations like that you have to trade short term or you have to trade long term. I believe that you ought to be trading the way that is right for you, not that's right for Alexander Elder, unless he's going to be pushing the buttons for you, in which case. Yeah, I know my screen is black. Me and Hot don't always get along. Let me just, there we go. My screen is not black any longer. My screen is showing you something.
All right, thank you so much. Awesome stuff, guys, right? If you have been here yesterday, you see already how different our trading styles are. But you see how this can help you, and I think this stuff alone is well worth the price of the ITC Online. And you know that we still have the special going on, and I know that many jumped on it already yesterday. We'll talk more about this in a few minutes here. But now I want to bring in the next trader that will share with you how he trades, who he is, and also what he will be covering at the ITC Online, and this is Andrei. So Andrei, if you're ready, show us the magic. And I really like Andrei's trading style, and you'll see, again, it is different from Val's, and it's different from Kim's, and it is different from Rob's, and it's different from my trading style. And this is what we all encourage you to do. We want to show you all our trading styles, what we do, so that you can decide which of the trading styles is perfect for you. Because as Rob said, for example, Alexander Elder believes that you have to do only long-term trading. I'm on the same page with Rob. I believe that short-term trading can be really profitable, and I love short-term trading. But hey, we are not pushing the buttons for you. We show you what we do. We share our secrets. We show you what tools we use, what are our indicators, how we look at the markets, and how we place our trades. And this is for a full 3 days. All right. And I want to turn it over to Andrei. Andrei, if you're ready, move right along and take it away.
All set. Thank you very much. Out on the FTC issue. I thought I followed this issue pretty closely, but I got to say I learned a couple things. So thank you for doing that. You didn't have to. So kudos to you for doing so. All right, you guys. Well, I'm Andrei Pehar. I'll be one of the 7 speakers who will be participating in the ITC. And I've got to echo the comments that I've heard both today and yesterday. Hands down, the ITC was my favorite conference of the year. Probably one of the favorite ones I've ever been to. Okay? And part of the reason it's unique, you guys, is because you don't walk into a room full of 500 brokers and dealers who all hungrily want your money. Okay? It's not that kind of conference. Okay? They keep the attendee to presenter ratio pretty low, so you get plenty of time with each presenter, and there are no dealers and no brokers trying to get your money from you. The focus is on education, on trading, sharing information, and learning from each other, and nothing else. Okay? And I gotta tell you, that makes it not just more fun for you, the attendee, it makes it much more fun for us, the presenters, as well. We get much more out of it when we get 3 days to explore our strategies in full. And, try them out on live market. And not just, here's your little half an hour time slot, tell the world everything you know about trading in 30 minutes or less. Because we've got to squeeze in 50 other presenters, all of whom bought a booth from us. So, truly unique experience. And if you haven't been to one yet, I really encourage it. And I was thrilled when they invited me back to do this one. A lot of people have said this one that took place in Barcelona last year was the best one yet. Well, what could be better than doing it twice? I'm happy because I get to reunite with 6 other fantastic speakers who I had the privilege of meeting and collaborate and exchange ideas with them once more. So who's one of these 7 that you're going to meet at the ITC? Now, there's a picture. Okay. You guys have heard the voice before, but I haven't seen the face. Now you can put a face with a voice. Okay. I'm the founder and chief strategist at fxnight.com. I'm also a contributor to FX Have Done Pros, Baby Pit, and also the International Business Times. The last of which I've actually recently been invited to sit on their advisory board as well. I think I'm going to take them up on the offer. I am the author of Trading Forex for a Living. Okay. Not trading for a living, spoken at conferences all around the world, some of which include the Forex Expo, World Money Show, Traders Conference, Show FX World. Show FX World actually in Cyprus, I just found out, nominated me for Analyst of the Year for their upcoming show in Cyprus. So we'll keep my fingers crossed. And specifically from me, what are you going to learn? Well, you're going to learn how to trade with confidence and with consistency. Well, I didn't win yet, Frank, but thank you very much. You last 50 who may have learned and practiced the strategy. Here's a little bit of insight for you guys. If you implement that strategy mid-candle, you might as well not use a system at all. Here's the part. I'm amazed how many instruction books leave this part out. They'll give you a really detailed description of wait till this reaches this level or this crosses over this or over that. Yeah, but if you pull the trigger mid-candle, How do you know it's not going to uncross back 10 seconds later? The only thing that matters is once the candle prints and how the next candle opens relative to it. If you want to stay in a trade shorter, or you can't wait till the next candle opens, then go to a lower time frame and wait till that candle opens. Okay? Do not jump mid-candle. I'm serious, you guys. It's such a little thing, but it's so often overlooked. Realize that no matter what system you're using, if you open up a trade mid-candle, you are not using that system. You are not using any system. You are subscribing to the click and pray method. Okay? The only candle that can't change color, the only moving average or stochastic that can't uncross, the only MACD bar or volume bar that can't get higher or lower is one that's already printed and closed. Okay? So here's a little tip for free for you guys. Whatever system you decide to use, wait till the candle closes, wait till the next one opens, then make up your mind. Okay? Psychology is a big part. But to get your psychology under control, first you need a system and you need experience using that system. Okay? I've seen in my experience, really good traders with really lousy systems making a fairly consistent living for themselves. And I've seen really lousy traders with really good systems losing money consistently. So it takes a lot more than just having a system. It takes experience. I don't want you to think that, as a professional or experienced trader, that I never feel greed and fear. We all do. I'm sure Markus does, Rob does. We all feel greed and fear. The difference is we've got enough experience, we've seen enough charts and enough setup to act in spite of what we feel. Okay? And so this is how it starts. First you need a system, then you need experience using that system under all sorts of conditions. And then maybe you won't trade like this anymore. Here's how Rob Booker trades. Okay, this year's ITC conference. Look at that confidence. Look at that poise. The man's not nervous at all. I mean, look at this. He doesn't even have a chart up on his screen. That's confidence for you. All right. Some of what I'll be sharing with you guys at the ITC, I'm going to share with you what I consider to be the top most used institutional trading strategies. How do I know the big boys are using these? Well, let's go back to the list. I've worked with some of them. Okay? It's not to say that it's the only methods they use. I've seen about as many different methods as I've seen traders. Okay? I've been inside some shops that don't have any charts up on their screens at all. Like Rob. Okay? Purely long-term, purely fundamental traders, they don't even look at a chart when they make trades in the time allotted. Moving average here at let's see if I can get you a link here. Do a little bit in there, Jack. Always, you're always fine-tuning. The print might fine-tune how many confirmations you need or how many candles in a row you want to see before you. Okay? Those three are probably the most common that I've seen around the institutional shop. Why do we care about, these particular methods or indicators more than any other? Well, let's take a look. Part of the reason I asked Markus for 2 more minutes is because I was literally, as he was speaking, I was grabbing examples off my charts because I wanted current charts. I never cherry pick my examples. When I teach my pro group at fxnight.com, I always use examples from that day's trading. When I do a conference or webinar, I grab my shots usually the day before or the weekend before whenever I'm preparing. Okay? So it's always real life examples from real life trading. These are charts taken from the GU. Okay? This is just a normal candlestick chart. I'm going to apply my favorite moving average to it, which is the 21 exponential moving average. Okay? And already, well, hopefully I've got your attention a little bit. Look at this. And once this trend ended, we went sideways. So we really dropped it. We didn't, we had several attempts to move up, but look at the get big until we crossed and started aiming up. Okay? And when we had to this, assumption on others, they're called channels. Okay? You can calculate them. Our own pro templates now calculate them automatically using Fibonacci formula. But the old way of doing it is very simply visually. Okay? You pick one extreme and you set your envelope to that extreme where price reverts. And the theory is, if you identify one extreme, you will be warned when you reach those extremes going forward. And price is likely to revert. So April 6th, 7th, and 8th, I'll show you step by step how to use each method. Just for fun, we're going to review the financial crisis of the past years, both the high that we reached before everything, well as bottom, exactly how well these strategies worked at predicting the beginning of the bottom of it, and where I recommend you start. Okay, but these strategies have been tested and they will work on most. Lower you go, there are periods of time like after London closes and New York is trading by themselves that I might use a different setting. Gold, if I'm trading gold, I align it to the London fix. Commodities, I align to the close of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So there are some exceptions, but for Forex, most of the time, 0 GMT.
All right, Andrei. Thank you so much. So what do you think? And I'll be right back after James to wrap it up. So James, go ahead and take it away.
So with that, let's get started. Now, very briefly about me. First of all, let me just quickly say regarding the ITC Online in April. Really the best thing about it is that you're going to be able to see different perspectives from all of us. Now, for example, Rob, as everyone knows, is a very well-known counter-trend trader, while I am a trend follower. So primarily a trend follower. And I primarily use longer-term time frames, whereas Rob will use shorter time frames. So you're going to see that kind of perspective, but and you're actually going to see them in action as we trade the markets live, and we're going to have a lot of time to do that, and also a lot of time to answer questions, etc. So quickly about me. Again, I will be one of the keynote speakers at the International Traders Conference Online, as well as at ITC 2009 in Barcelona, which was a great time. A lot of people learned a lot from that. Now, I'm also the Chief Technical Strategist at FX Solutions, which I've been at FX Solutions for about 4 years. We're one of the primary brokers in the retail Forex industry. I've traded actively. Not only am I an analyst, and you'll see my analysis in a lot of different places, but not only am I an analyst, I've traded actively, currently, as well as for a long time, pretty much since the inception of retail Forex, 2000, 2001, thereabouts. And I use primarily technical analysis and trend following, although, I also do pay attention to fundamentals as well. I'm a chartered market technician, which is pretty much the designation for technical analysts, both here in the U.S. as well as globally. I'm also registered as a commodity trading advisor with the National Futures Association here in the U.S., which means that I can trade funds on behalf of individuals. Now, I publish a daily and intraday analysis, including my chart of the day, which many of you may have seen, both on our website at fxsolutions.com as well as on fxstreet.com and many other websites. I do Forex analysis and have an education blog at fxpath.fxstreet.com. Also, you may have seen some of my articles, Forbes.com, Futures Magazine, Technical Analysis of Stocks and Commodities Magazine, SFO Magazine, etc. So I do a lot of articles on an ongoing basis, primarily on technical analysis and trading Forex, although I also trade metals and equities and futures as well. I'm also quoted on a regular basis by Reuters News, Dow Jones, Associated Press, and International Herald Tribune. A lot of you may know this if you've heard any of our webinars here. I'm also the author of Essentials of Foreign Exchange Trading, which came out last year, and it pretty much gives, an overview of the Forex market, as well as a lot of different strategies for approaching the Forex market. And I have an upcoming book actually coming out next month called Essentials of Technical Analysis for Financial Markets. Now, this deals with technical analysis for all the different all the different markets, including, stocks, bonds, but it's pretty much weighted towards Forex since I am primarily a Forex trader. I also have a newly released DVD called High Probability Trend Following in the Forex Market, and it's now available on fxstreet.com. And you could take a look at that for looking at how I approach the Forex market from a trend following perspective. Okay, so that's very briefly about me. Now, how do I trade Forex? I do a monthly webinar here at fxstreet.com, on how I approach the general approach I take to trading Forex. In the ITC Online in April, as well as in Barcelona, I give a lot of specific strategies, including exits, entries, risk management, etc. Exactly how I approach trade market at the ITC Online, in April. Now, just briefly, just to go through how I approach the market from a trend following perspective, I am primarily, like I said, a trend follower. I trade with strong trends and clear trend breaks. So you'll see exactly how I do that on the charts. And this is both from a short-term swing trading as well as a longer-term position trading perspective. Now, a lot of you may have seen that I use daily charts a lot in my webinars and my analysis, etc. Yes, I use daily charts a lot, and I rely upon daily charts, but that does not mean I am just a long-term position trader. I use daily charts. I use hourly charts. Sometimes I go down to half-hour charts, but I do all kinds of trading from the position trading to shorter-term swing trading, and sometimes even shorter than that. So I'll show you the gamut of what I do at the ITC Online. I rely heavily on support and resistance, as most of you may know. And also I rely on consolidation breakouts. And when I talk about consolidation breakouts, I'm talking about chart patterns and consolidations, price consolidations, sideways ranges. I'm looking for breakouts of those, as well as preferably in the direction of the trend, as well as counter trend breakouts. So, for example, within the context of a strong trend, if you have a counter trend retracement, I will look to play the breakout of that counter trend retracement in the direction of the trend, and that's one of my primary strategies. And I'll tell you exactly how I do it and show you exactly how I do it in the live trading sessions on the ITC Online. And I'll show you exactly how I enter with my entry filters and my entries, exits, etc., as well as risk management, trailing stops I use, and I'll show you all of that. Now, I use entry filters for high probability entries, and entry filters are simply ways to get into a higher probability trade. For example, if you have a breakout opportunity, you're not necessarily going to be getting in right at the breakout. Just as Andrei just mentioned, you want to wait for a close of the bar, and that's just one entry filter. If you have a close of a bar and then a move beyond the close of the bar, that's one entry filter you could use. You could also use number of pips. You could use moving averages, etc. So I'll show you exactly how I use the entry filters for entering into high probability Forex trades. I also use a confluence, and you heard Andrei talk about that just now. Confluence is just a combination of different confirming factors. And once you have a combination of these different confirming factors, whether it be Fibonacci levels, horizontal support and resistance lines, trend lines, or what have you, putting those together provides for confirmed trade rationale. And when I talk about confirmed trade rationale, it simply means coming together of different factors supporting the trade. And once you have those different factors, then you have a higher probability entry and a higher probability for success in that trade. I also use multiple time frames very often, and I'll show you exactly how I do that to check for trend determination, and then to drill down into more specific areas where I'm looking to possibly do an entry into a Forex trade. I also, if you ever take a look at any of my analysis, I also always have an initial price target. Now, price targeting is sort of an art. And, this is not to say that once you get into a trade, you're always going to wait for the price target. What I often use is trailing stops, manually trailing stops, and I'll show you exactly how I do that at the ITC Online. But I will also always have a price target, initial price target, as a framework for my trade. and that's very important. Now, as I mentioned, locking in gains for ongoing risk management, I'm talking primarily about setting stop losses to break even, for one, and number two is to employ manually trailing stops, and I'll show you exactly how I do that on the charts. And of course, very importantly, I always put this last, but it's probably the most important aspect of your trading. You want to be able to trade another day, and you take care of your losses. Risk management to control downside. And that, pretty much in a nutshell, is how I trade and approach Forex. It's a very general description, but I'll show you exactly how I approach it from a specific strategic perspective at the ITC Online. Okay, so that's how I approach trading Forex. Now, what will I show you at ITC Online? I've talked about this the whole time. I will talk about, my keynote speech will be talking about combining the principles of trend, volatility, and confluence to trade the Forex market. Trend, again, I'm a trend follower. I will look for strong trends, and I will look to take advantage of those trends, the path of least resistance, and I always look to do that. That's not to say that counter-trend trading, not in any way to say that I think counter-trend trading is at all invalid. In fact, it's very valid, but my specific approach for me is to trade from a strong trending perspective, if there is a strong trend. And this is whether it's on a long-term basis, a short-term basis, a medium-term basis, or what have you. There are trends on all different time frames. Volatility, I'm looking to take advantage of changes in volatility, specifically changes from low volatility to high volatility. And that's what I'm looking to take advantage of in terms of consolidations, patterns in the market, and then trade in the direction of the trend. I'm looking for breaks of consolidations, etc., changes in volatility. Also, confluence, as I mentioned, coming together of different trading rationale to confirm that entry is indeed a high probability entry. And then I'm also going to be talking about risk management to tie it all together and to control your downside. So again, specific examples of the strategies I use to approach the markets every single day. I will show you that exactly on how I do it on a live trading basis, both on daily charts as well as on hourly charts, and then I will also drill down to shorter term charts as well. Again, I'm going to give you live analysis and trading of current price action using both long-term and short-term live charts. So we're only going to be looking at the right side of the screen to see what type of trades we could possibly get into, both from a short-term and a long-term perspective. So that's what I'm going to show you at the ITC Online in April. So, basically, I think I have to wrap this up. It's around 12 noon here on the East Coast of the U.S. So see exactly how I approach and trade Forex using specific explanations and live current charts at ITC Online on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of April, and you'll have plenty of chance to ask questions and to talk with the different speakers there. And the keynote speakers, of course, all great traders and analysts, including Valeria, Rob, Markus, Ashraf, Kim, Andrei, and myself. So I hope to see you all there.
Thank you so much. And you see, again, another trading style, a different trading style, and you really have to see it. I mean, I was impressed, as the other speaker said. I mean, we as speakers are fortunate if we visit conference and visit with other traders that we can really see what they do. Education never stops. I mean, I am impressed with all the trading styles that I've seen at the ITC, and this is why we decided to make this possible, that you can attend the ITC as well. Let me just quickly see. Okay. So let me see. Let me tell you a little bit more how it works, how this traders conference works, and why we really think you should be there. And I have one more goodie for you. I promise. I have one more goodie. So if you go to the website, you'll see the link here. And Maud, if you can post the link again, it is tradersconference.com. As you've heard, last year, a close group of only 40 traders visited Barcelona in Spain and paid probably more than $2,000 to be at this conference, to hear these speakers, to see the trading styles, to get ideas on trading ideas and to improve their trading. And again, you can ask every single one, and they will confirm that even though they spent $2,000 or even more, was well worth the price, and they have learned a lot, and they were confident to make this money back trading the markets. Now, we want to open it to a broader audience, and we wanted to bring down the price. So this is why the regular price of this conference online without traveling anywhere, $397, but as you can see, we do have a discount until this Sunday where we knock $100 off. And as you can see, registration includes the resilience for the first time off charge. The guys who visited last year and paid more than $2,000, they don't have the recording. You will get the recording. So even if you cannot make it on April 6th, 7th, and 8th, by all means register, because these DVDs alone are worth their weight in gold. Believe me. Okay, you see here the speakers. You see here, you get an idea of how it went down at the ITC live, so that you get an idea there. You see Andrei, so we have a short video clip here. We have pictures. We have a why attend, where you see the testimonials, folks who have been there. And you see, if you're interested in how exactly it looks like, here you click on ITC Online, and then you see the registration, where you can register. You'll see exactly keynote speeches that are going on there. So Valeria, Rob, James, as we just heard. Yep, I'll talk a little bit. We'll have Ashraf Ladi here. He couldn't be here today because he's currently traveling. We have Kim. You heard Kim yesterday. We have Andrei here. And they have all told you that in addition to these following any of the speakers here, you know that these speakers also provide seminars and other educational products. And I'm not aware that any of the speaker charges less than the $297 for his stuff. I mean, in fact, if you visit any of the seminars, you're probably out of pocket $3.72. And for ITC Online today, I'll personally give you a voucher, 30% off any of my stuff if you ever plan to buy anything again from me. So just throwing it in because I hope that this will help you to make a decision and going forward. Okay. So are there any questions? Let's see. Michael said, I've seen specials at $100 less than you're quoting here. Yeah, well, we had a very early bird special. If you attended the New York Trading Expo, you had an opportunity to sign up there. That is correct, for $197. But this deal is off the table. Right now, the best price you'll ever get on this conference is $297. And I promise, next Monday, when this expires, the second early bird, the price will be $397. You see, it's like trading. You snooze, you lose. You see an opportunity, you jump on it. If you hesitate too long, the trade is gone. So, the early bird special of $197 that we presented at the New York Trading Expo is off the table right now. This is absolutely the best price you can get for this Trading Expo. $297 from next week on, it will be $397. Okay? So, impulsive trading, Wessel said it, yeah, this is how it works. Okay. So, Wessel said, is it parallel, are the classes parallel? Yes, the classes are parallel, and we plan, at this point, we plan to record all these classes as well, okay? So we're still experimenting with the technology. We have made great progress. So, I would say with a probability of more than 85%, the classes will be recorded as well, okay? A probability of more than 85% at this point. The classes will be recorded as well. Okay. All right. Good. Wonderful. We got this. We have to wrap it out up here because we have another speaker coming in. We do have a webinar. All right, guys. You know what to do. Go to tradersconference.com. Read it in detail. If you have any question, you see this here, where you can contact fxstreet.com. The folks will help you out and explain you more if you have any question, and I hope to see you at the ITC Online.